But I guess, like, you know, wedding aside, it was like, I guess it was like a reasonable amount of time in the UK. I feel like you got to experience more of the UK this time as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, last time I was in the UK, which was the first time, was we were staying mostly at your place in Brighton.
Yeah.
So I think we were only in London for maybe like 2 days. And
Yeah,
even
yeah.
then it was mostly just like going to all of the, you know, touristy places and whatnot,
yeah.
right? So I think, yeah, this time around, not only did I get to have like a proper like view of London,
Yeah.
but also like Chris took me out of London as well to like, 'cause we went filming to a bunch of places, and I actually got to see like the countryside of London. I got to see Stonehenge.
Oh, did you actually?
Yeah, we went to Stonehenge.
It's really disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah. It looks way cooler from a distance.
Yeah,
because you actually get, so to get to Stonehenge, you have to like go to this visitor center, buy a ticket for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
And then you can either take a bus, which is like 5 minutes to Stonehenge, or you can walk across the fields for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's kind of a nice day. Let's just like walk across the fields because it might be nice.
Yeah.
It was not nice because it was not only nothing for 30 minutes, but there was also just horse shit everywhere. So I'm like fucking dodging these like, you know, these fucking this horse shit because God forbid these are the only pair of fucking shoes I have as well. So I don't want
your vesties.
I was wearing the vesties, right? So I'm like,
wonder why I
no.
smelled shit.
I was like, no, I have to wear these to the wedding. I'm not having horse shit on these, right? So we got to it, and then I guess because there was like an incident some years ago of like some drawing, you know, shit on the Stonehenge,
As
like
British people
stones,
love to
right?
do, yeah.
Yeah. So they had actually like fenced it off.
Yeah.
But like they had fenced it off, not really like an arm's reach away, but like at least about 100 meters away.
Yeah.
So the closest you could get to Stonehenge was like 100 meters away, which was kind of like defeating the purpose, I guess. Like, because apparently you used to be able to like actually walk into Stonehenge, right? And like actually get like a close view of it. You can't do that anymore because I guess some people just ruined it for everyone. So, which, you know, was like kind of underwhelming, I guess, in a sense. But like, you know, I was like, well, you know, Stonehenge is like that one heritage site that you hear people talking about, and it's like a hot tourist
Just
place.
weird.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, well, you know what? At least now I can say that I've seen Stonehenge, but like, was it fascinating necessarily? Not really.
I'd go to a Greg's any day over Stonehenge.
Yeah.
I mean, we did afterwards. We went to a Greg's afterwards. But like, I think the most enjoyment I had like on that trip out of London was the fact that like I just actually got to see like the real side of the UK, like the actual like countryside. Like we went past like all these like really small like quaint little villages that you own. Like there were some villages that we drove past that legitimately looked like RPGs. It was like an RPG like medieval town, which was like so fucking
That's
cool.
most of the UK.
Right, but like I had never seen that before,
Yeah,
right?
true,
Because
true.
my experience of the UK is London and Brighton, right?
Yeah.
Which is very much not like that.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to actually like stop by in like these really small, quaint villages to be like, oh, we got like the full experience of the UK. One of the best, one of the best fucking stories was we stopped by. I was like dying for a piss, right, and so I was like, we have to stop by somewhere. Right. So, but like we're in the middle of nowhere, right? So we're like, oh, okay, I guess we'll just like stop by the closest village to see if there's like an establishment we can borrow. So we stopped by this village. I don't even remember the name of this village. It's fucking tiny. And we got to the entrance of the village, and there's like this old dude standing there, and he like kind of flags us down, like, hey.
Yeah.
And so Chris is like, all right, this what's happening? And we drive up to him, and he's like, yeah, what's the problem? And the guy goes, are you here to see the duck race? And we're like, what? It's like, oh, there's a duck race happening, so make sure to drive nice and slowly across this road, okay? And we're like, a duck race.
A duck race.
And sure enough, we drive maybe about 50 meters, and there's just this gathering of about 10 to 20 like old people just watching these ducks.
That sounds awesome.
And I'm like, this is the most British thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
What else are you going to do with your free time?
Yeah. And I was like, I want to be there at that age. I want to just like wake up in the morning and be like, oh, the duck race is today. And just go down to my local pond and just watch some ducks. It was fucking awesome. Yeah.
Because like I remember like because like we went to a pub the day before a wedding, and it was like this very, very quaint local pub in this very, very small town, because this like where the wedding took place, it was in a town that was like, you know, you could walk from one end to the other in about like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was
I feel,
tiny.
right? It was a fucking tiny. So it was like a local pub. And like, I remember there was just this poster on the wall that just said, this is the place for the worldwide annual pea tossing tournament or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, it was the pea flicking tournament, right?
Well, I think it's the way that the streets had kind of, the way like the natural landscape was, is that the idea was that you threw the pea, because I Googled it, so I was curious. You throw the pea. I mean, this is going to tell them where your wedding is, by the way.
Yeah.
It's only in this place.
I mean, I'm not gonna, I already have one wedding.
Yeah.
True. So the way that this kind of town is really cool architecture. It's like kind of like there's a village at the top and then it kind of winds down towards the bottom. So the idea of this pea throwing thing, apparently according to Google, is that the idea is that you throw it and hopefully if you throw it well enough or kind of just lucky, it'll kind of bounce around the walls and kind of go all the way down.
Oh,
and
wow.
then people will like follow it and see where like the furthest it goes. Which I think that sounds pretty fucking fun.
That sounds fucking fun.
It's also extremely British.
That's
though.
really British, but that's fun. I like that.
So you met my parents for the first time.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
And Connor came around to my house a few days before the wedding. We had like a nice meal together. And Connor met my parents for the first time.
I got out of the car and I was wearing a hat and I met your dad and I was like, oh, hi. And he's like, oh, hi. I go inside, and then your mum sees me. She's like, "Oh my god, it's Connor!" She was like, "I watch you all the time." And I was like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah!" And she was just like really sweet, and she gave me a hug, and she was just like, "Oh my god, I always watch you on the TV. It's so nice, it's you."
Oh, that's so wholesome.
It was really wholesome.
Yeah.
And then she like whipped up like the best food I'd ever had. It was just amazing. It was really good food.
Yeah, but there was this one moment. Well, I can't remember if it was when she first met you or when you were having food or something.
Yeah.
But I remember she was like talking to you, and then she's like never really mentioned to me about like any of our content aside from like what we've talked about and everything like that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So she's like never mentioned this to me before, but like I remember she turns to Connor and she's like, "You should have won the cycling special," and I'm like, "What the fuck, mom?"
Everyone knows that. Everyone knows
what the fuck?
this.
I was like, I got betrayed by my own fucking family. I was.
It was true. I was so happy in that
And I
moment.
was like, she's never ever mentioned the cycling special to me before at all. Aside from like, oh, it looks like a really beautiful place you guys went to. But no, like I was like fucking.
Glad to know where your mum's
Your
loyalties lie.
mum is literally the embodiment of the subreddit.
I got fucking betrayed, man, by my own blood.
And then I think your dad then realized who I was.
Yeah.
Because he'd said hi to me, but he like didn't. And then I think when your mum had said that, he was like, he's that guy. And I was like, it's Connor, hi. And I was like, oh, okay, hi. All right, okay. It was really nice. It was very sweet.
That's so cute.
Yeah, how was your experience back in England? Because
It was good. I mean, it's like you know how it is. It's like going back. It's just
England?
like, hey, I'm back. Let's drink. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It was weird seeing some things had changed, kind of a little bit. Like I don't know. It was interesting this time because it was very like full on this time. Like every single day there was something happening. But that was good. I like that because I kind of hate it when I'm like kind of like not doing anything and I'm like just wandering around. Like, what am I going to do today? What am I going to eat? Because what am I going to eat is so important.
Yeah, like I was actually like really much happier with like the food that I had there. Like
It was so fucking good.
Yeah, I don't know if like the food quality just improved or we just went to like better restaurants. I don't know. It felt like there were more food options in my trip back to England this time.
I mean, just go to Borough Market in London. Best fucking food in London, I swear.
Oh, dude,
every
so
restaurant
sick.
there goes unequivocally hard.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
I
good.
spent like an afternoon in the Borough Markets with a friend of mine from high school, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was so cool, dude. The cheese there,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Die
it's good
for.
shit, dude.
Yeah.